So last week I was attending a conference. Okay. So this was a big IT conference I was attending. And I was having some discussions with some armed forces guys. Some armed forces guys. Okay. A general discussion about yoga. So he's a high ranking officer in the armed forces. So he comes to me and shows me a report, okay, on his phone. Mahesh, you saw this? And I said, what? Right, this is a famous yoga guru. He went hiking and he had a heart attack. He was so young, he had a heart attack and died. After that, I stopped doing yoga. This was only like a couple of days back. Right? After that, I was thinking that I should be regular with yoga. But after seeing this, such a famous yoga personality going hiking and dying of heart attack, and I said, what is the point in spending 1 hour doing yoga every day if you're going to get a heart attack like this? So I thought I'm not going to do yoga. I thought I'm not going to do yoga. So I had to explain to him, right? Because I'm sure you will also face these kind of questions, right? And objections to doing yoga, right? So it reminded me of some 5-6 years back. I was climbing the Adams Peak in Sri Lanka. Adams Peak is the highest peak in Sri Lanka. Okay. It was early in the morning, probably around 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and I started climbing, and the weather was so beautiful. The air was so fresh. Okay, I literally wanted to run up the mountain. So I started running. So everybody was like huffing and panting and huffing and panting and huffing and panting and walking. I felt so good, I started running up the mountain. So I reached that mountain peak and I saw the beautiful scenery around you. It's like it was amazing. But as I was coming down, the first step I kept down, coming down, the muscles in my thighs froze, literally. Muscle catch. Right? So I could not even keep my right leg on the floor. It was so bad. The moment I keep the right leg on the floor, the muscle ceases, and it's like excruciatingly painful. So finally I had to literally hobble down the peak with a stick in my hand. With a stick. Okay, and if I could not even put a little bit of weight on that leg. The moment I keep weight on that leg, it was excruciatingly painful. So it was so bad. Okay. See, and I'm a person who is normally extremely fit. Okay, so I do a lot of workout. So you are extremely fit. So I never expected this to happen. Okay. So these are things which all of us face once in a while. So what I realized was very simple. Certain exercises, if you're not used to doing, especially aerobic exercises, high intensity ones, if you're not used to doing, it can create serious problems with your heart. Right? Certain exercises, like for example, hiking up a mountain. Right? Hiking up a mountain, if you're not used to doing, you might be a big yogi, right? Because the exercises which you are doing, okay, in yoga is totally different from hiking up a mountain or running up a mountain, right? It's totally different. The impact on the heart is totally different. So your heart is not capable of handling that load, right? Your heart is not capable of handling that load, right? You can see a lot of recent reports in the newspaper. A lot of young guys, bodybuilders, you know, dying on a treadmill. Okay, they go to the gym, they work out, big muscles, running on the treadmill, having a heart attack. Right? Young guys. So, when there is abnormal load on your heart, it can be dangerous. So, you have to be used to that kind of loads. Otherwise, don't overload your heart. Don't overload your heart. So, this is why, there was a time when, when we started holistic yoga, a group of people, we started a holistic yoga for a group of people who were going to uh, Kailash Yatra, Manasa Sarovar Yatra. Okay, that is how we started holistic yoga. So this is 10 years back. Right? So the training we were imparting is high intensity interval training. Right? Asanas and pranayama and meditation all was separate, but it was high intensity interval training. Okay, so basically they were like sprinting to one end. So we were doing it in a park, so you sprint to one end of the park and then you walk back. Then you sprint again, then walk back. Sprint again, then you walk back. Okay. So all of them, 5 of them trained with us. They went through the parikrama extremely well. There was no problems with them. Right? So we were training them for that. And that is how we started a holistic aspect of fitness and wellness. Right? So that is how we started holistic yoga. Right? So yoga, when you talk about yoga, it is a lifestyle. Right? It is not just asanas. It is just not asanas. It has to encompass multiple aspects, right? Whether it is aerobic fitness, okay, whether it is strength. Strength is also very important, right? Spiritual, agility, right? Diet, philosophy, yogic philosophy. All of this has to be part of your lifestyle. Right? Otherwise, you are going to face these problems. We have had new students who come to our class for yoga. They see, our power yoga session with weights, and they say, "Oh no, this is not yoga. This is not yoga. This I can do it in the gym. This I can do it in the gym. This I can do it in the gym. This is not yoga. I want to do stretching. I want to do stretching. I want to do, asanas, crazy, advanced asanas." And we keep telling them, right? Doing advanced asanas, if you just focus on advanced asanas, you are going to break your back. Right? If your muscles are not strong and if you keep on doing advanced asanas and advanced asanas, you're eventually going to have a joint injury. It can be your hip, it can be your back, it can be your knees. Eventually, there is going to be a problem. Right? You should encompass fitness as a whole, not one part of fitness. Okay, and I believe that is the yogic lifestyle. Okay, physical fitness, mental fitness, has to spiritual fitness all together, and that is what holistic yoga is.